Hello, dear children. Welcome back to your online classes. This is your GK class, and today we will read the 12th chapter of our GK book, that is Enchanting Epics. Do you know what is meant by enchanting? Enchanting means very attractive, that could attract you very soon. And epic, what is an epic? An epic is a long narrative poem that usually narrates the deeds of an ancient heroic figure. Means in any epic, you know the story of some heroes and the work they have done in history in the form of poems. So let's start our chapter. Children, in this chapter we have given a brief descriptions of few epics and we have to tell their names. So the first one is, this epic is based on the legend of Trojan War. It narrates the story of the Greek struggle to rescue Helen from Trojans, the anger of Achilles, and the destruction of Troy. And the name of this epic is Iliad. This epic tells the story of last year of Trojan War fought between city of Troy and Greeks. And the main hero, you can say that the main character and the greatest warrior of this epic is Achilles. You can see the picture of this epic on your screen. The next one is, it is one of the longest epic poems of the world. It deals with the rivalry of two great ruling families of India, the Kauravas and the Pandavas. And I hope you know about this epic. The name of this epic is Mahabharata. Mahabharata tells us the struggle for throne of Hastinapur, that is a city of Uttar Pradesh. So it depicts the struggle for throne between two groups of cousins, Kauravas and Pandavas. Kauravas were 100 and Pandavas were only 5. But Pandavas won the battle of Mahabharata because they were on right path. They followed the path of honesty and truthfulness. So they won the battle. The next one is, this epic is believed to be written by Homer, the great Greek poet. It describes the exploits of the heroic figure during his homecoming after the fall of Troy. And the name of this epic is Odyssey. Children, the first epic that we read, Iliad, is also written by Homer, a great Greek poet, and this epic, Odyssey, is also written by Homer, the Greek poet. This epic tells the returning 10-year struggleful journey of Odysseus, the main hero of this epic, to the island of Ithaca from the war of Troy after the Trojan War. The next one is a great Indian epic poem written in Sanskrit by Valmiki. It depicts the conflict between Rama, the incarnation of Lord Rama, and the Ravana, who is considered as the representation of evil forces. And the name of this great Indian epic poem is Ramayana. Children, do you know about there are two versions of Ramayana? The first one is written by Valmiki in language Sanskrit and it is called Valmiki Ramayana. The second one is written by Tulsidas in Awadhi language and it is known as Ramcharitmanasa. But in both Ramayanas, we get to know about the story of Prince Ramas, that how he rescued his beloved wife Sita from clutches of Ravana with the help of an army of monkeys. So the next one is a great epic written in the 17th century by John Milton. The epic poem begins with the Satan's devilish plans to take revenge against God for his expulsion from heaven. And this great epic is written by the greatest poets of the world, John Milton. In this epic, we get to know about how the temptation of Adam and Eve fell them, and this temptation was given by Satan, and how ex- how their expulsion from Garden of Eden happened. Children, God had commanded not to eat the fruit from the tree of knowledge of good and evils, but Adam and Eve got a temptation by Satan. Satan came in the form of serpentile, a form of snake, and he gave temptation to Adam and Eve to eat that fruit. And when they ate that fruit, they filled with the feelings of mm, jealousy and evils. So this epic tells us that we should not get temptation, and if we get temptation, also we should become firm. We should use our brain. We should not fall in one's flattering words. So the next one is a great Persian epic based on the historical and mythical accounts of around 50 Persian kings. Its name itself means books of kings. The most famous story of the epic is that of legendary king Rustam and his son Sohrab. And the name of this epic is Shahnama. This epic was written by Firdausi, a Persian writer, and it begins with the creation of world and ends with the Arab conquest of Persia in 17th century. Do you know Persia was the older name of Iran, that is a country, and Shahnama is the national epic of Iran. So you can see the picture of Shahnama on your screen, and the next and last one is it is a Roman nationalistic and patriotic poem which narrates the evolution of great Roman Empire. And this epic is Aeneid. It is written by Virgil and it tells the story of Aeneas, a Trojan who traveled to Italy and became the ancestor of Romans. So in this chapter, we got to know about the greatest epics of the world that you should know, and our chapter ends here. Try to understand this chapter. Thank you, children. Read this chapter carefully.